Hi everyone, Sylvia Lafair here, and I'm here to talk about another way to work with stress during these times. And I have taught this to so many leaders over the years, and they've used it before meetings, they've used it when they take a break from meetings, they've used it when you go home from a meeting. So let me tell you what the secret is, okay? First, let me ask a question. During these times, if you've been scrolling on Facebook, what stops you to listen? For me, it's music. Music. And it's been so heartwarming to see musicians from all over the country, all over the world, playing beautiful pieces together or singing together. And music is, along with mathematics, the universal language that we all share. So let's look at music. Now, I thought about this and I thought about my dear friend, Don Campbell. Here's his book, if you'd like to get it. He passed on about 8 years ago, and he was a wonderful friend and a brilliant person who was a great musician and also taught so much about music. The title of his book, if you just looked at it, was The Mozart Effect. So you have a clue of where I'm heading with this. But let me just tell you, I was looking through this, and we worked and studied with Don for, my goodness, it must have been 10 years, and it was so interesting when you talk about this as the universal language. And here are just a few things I'd like to share with you that I think is so interesting. In monasteries in Brittany, monks play music to the animals in their care and have found that cows serenaded with Mozart give more milk. Just saying. Okay. Another one I thought was so interesting comes out of Nagoya, Japan, where there is a company that bakes bread and they play, it's called Beethoven bread, and they play Beethoven Symphony Number 6 for 72 hours as the bread is rising, and apparently people love going there and getting that wonderful, wonderful bread. It's filled with something else, the sound of music, I guess. Um, and another one is in Edmonton, Canada. This is interesting. Mozart is piped into the city square, or it used to be anyway, to calm pedestrian traffic, and as a result, drug dealings have lessened. Just saying. So there are other ways besides just listening and enjoying it, but it's very interesting. Now, let me tell you, in my leadership programs, we use a lot of music, and we have people, nobody's singing, we're not testing that, but we're listening, and I'm always noticing how people do. And something calms down in the room after music. So years ago, we started researching with groups that we went into, and we would start the meeting with some quiet music in the background. And then we would play something, whatever was of the moment. Right now, the magic of love is wonderful with Pavarotti and Lionel Richie. So go on YouTube and see if you can find it. We have had people listen to it in our leadership program and then take it back to their workplace. And it does make a difference. So here's the key to what I'd like you to do. It's really about going into uncharted territory. Music is the universal language. And if you don't like classical music, pick jazz, pick hip hop if you want. But I'm really suggesting Mozart or Beethoven or Bach, and take something, you can get it on YouTube, and listen for 10 minutes. That's all. Eyes closed in a room, door closed if possible, and listen. Just listen. And when you finish, get a piece of paper and a pen, and not the computer, paper and pen, and write down your thoughts. Just a few minutes worth. Put it aside. Later in the day, listen to the same music for 10 minutes and then write down your thoughts and compare where you are and where you were. And just begin to track how music during the day makes a difference. Think about music as a healing force for you during this time. And it's also a very important leadership tool to use. We've used it over and over and over again. And we've noticed when we don't use it, people don't open up heart-wise as much in their teams and with their colleagues. So we use music a lot. Please consider it. And Don Campbell's book, The Mozart Effect, is filled with amazing things. Have a wonderful day. Comments, I'd love you to put some comments down here about your thoughts about music and how you use it. And I'd love you to, if you think this is worthwhile, to just share it or click a like. And to be continued. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Thanks.